Hi, welcome back to my Discovery New Music Journey, and today we're going to be checking out some more Twice. So this Twice video is going to be a little different from the other ones I've been doing. So I've been kind of doing like, just album reactions, right? By them just like going through their albums in no particular order, just based off of, what album reactions that you guys want me to see. But I had noticed that I hadn't really done the thing where I kind of go through, some of their music videos, and I haven't really heard some of their most popular tracks, which is, most of their kind of earlier kind of music videos and stuff like that. So I wanted to do a couple videos kind of just going through those music videos and going through the sound of everything to like see and hear what those songs are gonna be like and stuff like that. And of course I'm still going to be doing their album reactions as well, but I wanted to at least hear these songs since they are so popular, they're in their discography, hear them, and of course go through the other songs that are on their album. So yeah, we're just gonna be kind of do like a Twice music video marathon thing. So the videos aren't too long, they do like 5 or 6 in each. We're gonna be going in order of release for these, so I guess we can see the journey of everything for these. But yeah, really excited to see what these are gonna be like. So yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so starting with the first one is their debut song called Like OOH-AHH. Alright, let's see their debut. Now, probably heard just a little bit of some of these. I don't know which ones I have heard. I've watched a couple performances that they've done, but I don't think I've heard this one. I like how she sounded right there. Oh, okay, I like how they did percussion right there, kind of panning right there. I like the overall sound of the instrument, how it's going. Those zombies on the treadmill. Oh, I like that melody. I like how soft she's singing that. That was really nice. Okay. That's the song going on right here. That's kind of rhythm with this percussion. Okay. I like the energy of this right here. That's a nice melody on this as well. I like that, yeah, that slight harmony on this line right here. I like how they did that in the video, having more members coming in for the choreo part. Okay, that was a very interesting kind of sound with that voice thing right there, or something like that. Going right here, the way the percussion's going right there. Yo, that looks like crazy, bro. Okay, I like how they did that, the back and forth right there. Yeah, I really like the sound of this part a lot. The melodies are really nice. Really nice rhythm right here. Okay. Okay, I like that whole section right there. It's like they were doing like a pose, and then Sana was trying to kind of do the pose right there, but like struggling doing that. Yeah, really like the sound of this as well. Okay, I like the set method from him right here. It's a very interesting concept with like the zombies and like, thing right there. On a bus. Yeah, I like the main melody in this chorus. It's very nice. It's very catchy with the ooh-ah melody right there. Okay, bridge part. Okay, kind of muffled sound with that. Put this on the guitar right there. Nice, like that. Oh, okay. Okay, that was clean how they went into that. Dropping down. A little dancing right here. Oh, okay. I like how she hit there. Nice right there. I see how that kind of note right there. On into this chorus. Like I just sounds like that line right there. There's my side over there. Again. Another zombies are dancing. Yo. Yeah, very nice overall sound for this song. Especially those scores going down. They did that. Okay, the Tsui's facial expression right there. They're doing this right there. I like the energy with this. Aha. Oh. Oh, okay. So zombies are turning back human. So twice made the zombies turn human again. That, you know, positive energy, I guess. Yeah, I like the outfits that they have right here on this kind of thing. You know, the camo kind of thing going on. Okay. I like the kind of the bus and stuff like that. And there's a really nice hook right here. 100%. I love the melodies that they were singing on that. And the harmony on the line as well. Okay. Very nice with that. 100%. Yeah, that's a really nice debut song, 100%. I really like the sound overall, the filled out things going on in the instrumental, 100%. Really like that main hook that they had, really nice overall melodies that they were singing with that as well. Very catchy part with the, OOH-AHH thing right there, or the ooh-ah, that whole melody right there. I like how they were singing that. Even the choreo that they did right there was cool as well. I like how they, was doing the whole part right there. Love this, little kind of dance thing right here that they had after like the bridge part, and then how they go back into this last chorus was really nice. Of course, the ad-lib going off in the back, very, very nice. I like the entire like structure of the song and how they did this entire thing. They really love the melodies a lot in that pre-chorus. It was very, very nice. This, little kind of rap section that Dahyun and Chaeyoung had was pretty interesting as well. I like their whole back and forth, how they deliver the lines on that. Yeah, definitely a fun kind of whole concept that they had right here. With like, it was very interesting when they started with the zombies right there, because like it's a positive kind of bright thing going on, but like usually zombies is like a horror kind of dark thing going on. But I like it created a nice kind of contrast, but a nice kind of thing, I guess, leading to the end right here, where they had this whole zombie thing, but they're like still having fun dancing and stuff like that, and then boom, zombie turns back into humans or whatever. So yeah, I like that whole concept. That was pretty interesting for this one. I love their energy again, like how they were performing, just having it look like they were having fun, just dancing around, in the music video and stuff like that. So I love how they did that entire section as well towards the end right there. Just the entire look of this entire music video is very, very nice. I love this section as well, where they filming on top of the rooftop. I think that was a very nice look for that, 100%. But yeah, really nice day. I feel like definitely a really nice debut. I feel like if I seen this come out and I heard the song with the music video and everything, and even of course how the members were sounding and stuff like that, it would definitely get me intrigued, and I feel like I would definitely follow Twice in their sound just from this. So I think this is definitely a great debut for them, 100%. Now let's go into the next track, which is called Cheer Up, and this is, I think, wasn't this like the song that blew them up or something like that? Like it got really popular at one point, right? And then they won awards off of it or something like that. Okay, that's a nice sounding instrument right there. Very right. One thing I will say right here, I always love that Twice songs are very kind of just layered with sound. Like they're very filled out. Just the overall sound, how they produce and everything. Even like with the vocals right here. Yeah. Singing this, nice harmonies going on with that. Okay, let's go on. Okay. This colorful kind of thing on it. That's interesting how they're doing that as well, using that kind of, what was that, like a magnifying glass? Kind of doing the transition, different kind of scenes and the looks and stuff like that. Ooh, okay. I like this right here. Okay, I like the sound of the instrument right there. It's nice. How it filled up more right there is nice. The high sound right here. Okay, I like you said that. Yeah, I like that rhythm as well. How she's singing. Nice. Okay, kind of rides the song coming out. So what are they like in like different kind of movie things or something like that of this? That's a nice kind of the way the beat's going. I like that. Yeah, I like it, you know, all the different kind of outfit, you know, concepts that they have going on. Okay, nice right there. I like that. Thing right there, the way the beat's going. I think I remember hearing this part of this song. They might have performed this. I might have heard it. That's a nice hook right there. The I need you thing right there. Okay, that's interesting how they use that. Ooh. I love how they're doing the beat right here. It's very nice. And the rhythm of this. How it's going with the beat, you know, the rap as well. That's a nice harmony as well. Okay, like that section right there. I like how they had, you know, kind of a back and forth thing again on this one as well. How they did it with the sound, that kind of synth thing going. It's very interesting. A nice break right there. And go back into this nice. Love the sound of this part as well. I like how they kind of switch based off, I feel like, the members' kind of energies and stuff like that. With like Tui singing right here, so it's like a, you know, black and white type, you know, thing, you know, with the way they're dressed. And then of course, you know, of course, Sana right here with the more colorful, bright type thing. I feel like, you know, that kind of fits with like the kind of energy that they have as well. I like what they're doing there. Yeah, that's a really nice melody they sing on that part as well. Love this part right here. Yeah, I love how she sounds right there. It's really interesting how they're saying cheer up as well. It's like shut up. Alright. Okay. Okay, I like that how they did that. Kind of very sound right there. And then go to this. Oh, I love how she sounds right here. It's kind of her tone right here. Harmony on as well. And that's kind of soft vocal right there. Okay, a little bit over here. Okay. Oh. The way that did they do like filming like a speed ramp thing or something, like the way they're moving right here is interesting. I like the sound of that bass on this part. Okay. Okay, that's nice kind of level change with the chord right there. Yeah, that's very interesting. I like that. Oh, okay. I like that. Her singing that out. And then is that Junghyun singing the chorus right here? I like how different she's singing that. She's like kind of holding the baby a little more. I love how she sings that. Yeah. I wonder how long it took them to film this music video. There's so many different like scenes and outfit things that they had. Oh, now they're just all in the main kitchen like section, right? Because they were in like their own little things, but now they're that's crazy. Little camera dude is like, what the frick? Yeah. So I love how they did that, right? I love how they, all had different kind of concepts to go with like their vibe or whatever or something like that. That's why I'm like, I wonder how long it took them to do that, because there was like 9 different looks, of course, because there's 9 different members. Very interesting. All the different sets in each one of them. Like that was very fun how they did that. 100%. Love all the looks. I think they all look great. So again, another very fun kind of music video. I think definitely the people that do that, their music video kind of concept things and coming up with stuff, they do a really good job. 100%, especially with these earlier music videos. I'm noticing so far, I feel like they put a lot of effort into making it so there's like interesting things going on, kind of like a little kind of fun little story thing maybe that goes on or something like that. That's just really fun to look at, even while listening to the song, even if it has nothing to do with the song, because I'm pretty sure none of these scenes really had anything to do with the song. Same thing with the last one, right? With the song with the lyric and how the lyrics are going and stuff like that. But I like how they do all the stuff on this one. Go with the music video. But I love the sound of the song as well. 100%. I can see why this was a very popular one. It has a very catchy hook as well with that cheer up baby. But the way they say it is very interesting. Like I said, the shut up baby, right? I like how they do that. The melody on that is very, very nice. Of course, they repeated a good bit of time, so that can definitely get stuck in your head. Even the choreo that they do with this right there is very fun kind of thing right there. So I like how they do that. Of course, they sound great on this as well. I especially really like Chaeyoung and Dahyun's part a lot more on this song, because I was liking it in the last one, but not as much. But I was really loving their back and forth part on this one. I love how they did that, how they delivered the lines on that, how that was going with everything in the beat. Of course, love the the pre-chorus part as well that Sui and Sana had. You feel me? Like that back and forth, and then I think it went into the part where it was Momo singing this part, and then Junghyun as well doing that. Mina starting a bridge sounded beautiful. I love how that sounded. 100%. And of course the chorus part with Jihyo and Nayeon singing that sounded really nice. I think that was Junghyun singing the beginning of the last one, right? I was loving how she was saying that. She's singing a little differently from how Jihyo started, so I like that little change up for that last one. So yeah, I think they all did a great job on this one as well. Definitely again capturing that energy. I feel like they're really good actresses as well. Like they do really good with like the facial expressions and kind of capturing the aspect and the energy that they give out for these scenes. So I like that 100%. But yeah, really enjoyed this one. Now let's go on to the next one that we have, and this one's called TT. Okay, a little Halloween thing. It is around like Halloween time, right? It's October. Trick-or-treating. See, I don't know if I would go up to it, you feel me? A place that looked like that and try to trick-or-treat. You feel me? Like that's a little too creepy. And the door too, the door looked crusty. I'm like, heck nah. And they just walk inside. Wait a minute. Did nobody even let you in? The world, bro. Their parents don't teach them not to walk into strangers' houses, bro. Okay. I mean, but shoot, if that's the first thing you see, you feel me? That's not too bad, bro. Just them doing this right here, appearing. Okay. Yeah, but nah, they're just in like it's a huge house too with that. The way they're doing that sound in the instrumental is very, very interesting. That like it was like it's like a doo, and then it kind of rises up as well. That's so interesting. And then the percussion right there, I like that. Okay, I like the little bounce they do right there. How the camera's moving with that is nice. Ooh, nice melody on that. Like a low shift vocal on that as well. She's in the panning thing. I like how they're doing the percussion on this one as well. Okay, I like how it's on there. Kind of echoey reverb on the verse there. Love how she sound right there. That's nice. Oh, okay. Gotta like the sound of the instrument right there. That's going down. With the synths right there. Sound nice. Okay. A little bit up right here. Where's the sun going? She's like Tinkerbell. Okay. Ooh. Down there. That's a really nice melody. I love how she sang that. Okay. Ooh. I like that melody a lot on the TT. I like that little chord right there with that, the TT thing right there. So I'm guessing the TT means like, that little kind of crying thing that you would do on because it's like, like when you type in or whatever. Okay. I love the melodies on that as well. Okay. It's Pinocchio. Okay, I like how she's on that as well. Yeah, it's a really nice melody right there. Yeah, I love how the vocals are on the song. Okay, I love this, just the quirkiness going on as well. Just like the whole kind of thing how they did that. Like Dion doing this thing right here with all the bunnies and that. I like the back and forth here as well. More kind of melodic on that one. I love that. Yeah, I love how the percussion just kind of builds up right there. It's nice. That was interesting right there. Kind of did the thing and they kind of cut into that thing. Like going with that melody is nice. Yeah, I love this right here. And the kind of, the melody of that ooh going in the back as well after that. That's very nice. And then you change it right here. And stuff like that right there. I like the little chord they do with that as well. Kind of, level change thing right there. Okay. I'll take it out. It's just that kind of synth sound again. Nice. I can just on that. Got like how they go back into this right here. Okay. The way they're doing like, the kind of thing for like these different characters that they're doing, I think they're doing a really good job of that. Like as they did that movement. That's very catchy as well, that Namu head thing. Whatever they're saying right there. The really nice ad-libs right there. How'd you sing right there? Okay. Oh, this is my favorite so far. Knocking on the door. What are they looking at? To be continued. Okay. Is that gonna be what the next one is? Continuing this? Okay. Very, very interesting. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite so far in terms of like the song. 100%. I love the sound of everything on this one. Again, very interesting sound with that little like riser thing that, that's like kind of looping throughout the song, right? I think that was a very interesting thing kind of going into it. Didn't kind of throw me off of the song, right? It was just interesting, how that, was like put into it. But I feel like there's, with the production on a lot of these songs so far, they add like, little kind of interesting sounds that just kind of, it blends in well, oddly, oddly enough, right? So it's just like, you wouldn't really think of that sound just being in a song, but it is. And the way they did it was very, very nice. Love how they used the sound and the synths on this one as well. Again, percussion is really, really nice. I love, everything on that. Really love the melodies a lot on this one, especially in this chorus, especially that main kind of catchy hook right there. I'm like T, like that whole thing right there. Love how they sing that as well. Definitely love all the sections of this one. I think they all sounded really nice. Like the back and forth section with Chaeyoung and Dahyun a lot on this one as well. This one was, more kind of melodic kind of thing. Love the very fast kind of pace, upbeat kind of rhythm that they had with the beat and stuff like that. Like the kind of soft thing they went into for the bridge as well. The nice kind of switch up in that and then coming back into the chorus. I feel like, don't feel like anything changed too much for this last kind of chorus. They just did like, the same things, right? But still very nice on that one. It's a nice long chorus as well, because you had that first part and then you had that after chorus part. And I love how they do that every time, of course. Choreo was looking really nice on this one as well. I might have to check out, dance practice or whatever to see that full thing. There was a lot of different kind of moves that they were doing that I was liking a lot on this one. Of course, the concept of the music video, also very entertaining for this one. This one is also one that I'm like, it probably took them maybe a good bit to film this as well, with all the different kind of outfit changes. Again, they had like different kind of things for this one. So I love that. I like how they had like their main kind of outfits that they were in, like, little kind of night clothes or something like that they're in or whatever. And then they go into like these different outfits kind of based off of different characters. I don't know if I can point out every character. Definitely Disney characters. Mina's some type of pirate. I don't know if that's supposed to be like Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not entirely sure. I've never seen that movie or whatever. I'm not entirely sure what Sui's look could be right here. It's very interesting. I think did she like teleport? Yeah, she like teleported into the room. So I'm not entirely sure what the look is right there. Maybe some type of vampire or something like that. That's what it's given. Maybe. But I like, I like how they did that. Sana, some type of superhero. Momo right here is definitely type of Tinkerbell. I wasn't exactly sure what Jihyo's was until they kind of did like a snow scene where, so was she like Elsa or something like that? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if these are specific characters or did they just have looks that they just, were kind of, doing something like that. I know Junghyun's definitely Pinocchio. Like she definitely has this is definitely Pinocchio type thing. She really did good with like the movements as well, capturing that whole kind of, puppet look or something like that. Of course, Chaeyoung with the mermaid right here, probably, resembling Little Mermaid. Dahyun's a bunny. I don't know if there's a specific bunny, and they didn't really show too much of Nayeon's until like this section right here. So she has like her main kind of thing right here, but it's also like a devil thing in the back as well. So I don't know if there's like supposed to be like, her hidden like personality or something like that. Maybe I'm not entirely sure what that is, but yeah, very interesting overall concepts that they had. And again, I think it's just very interesting how the kids just randomly enter this house for trick or treat. And then all this stuff happens, and then boom, something happens at the end or whatever. So, pretty entertaining concept for this one. It says to be continued, so obviously there's some type of story. So, I hope it's the next one that's continuing it so we can see. But yeah, like I said, really, really enjoyed this one. I feel like this is actually a song I feel like I would listen to a lot out of all these so far, 100%. But yeah, let's go on to the next one. This next one's called Knock Knock. Right here. Oh, okay, so I'm guessing this is the continuation from the last one, because that sound was at the end, right? That's interesting how they're doing that with the different cuts right there, them all moving. It's kind of giving like stop motion type thing, the way they're moving. Okay. Okay. I like the melody of this thing right there. I can see that's probably a little kind of catchy part right there, the knock knock. That's very interesting how they say that as well. Ooh. Okay, I like the layer vocals on that. Hello. I mean on that. I come around to some of that as well. Nice. Ooh. I like how it feels up right here. No idea how this continues over in the last one, but Okay, they're just hitting them with pillows and stuff like that. That's a really nice melody that she sung right there. Right here. Got a whole note right there. Yeah, the kind of repetition of the knock, knock, knock. The catchy part right there. Okay. Okay. Like how she sounded right there. Really nice melody right there. Nice. Okay, like him right there. Continuing off of that. Yeah, I like how they did that verse right there. I like the second verse a lot. The melody tonight. Doing that sucker man right there. JYP, bro. The heck? Their reactions, bro. Like, yeah, it's crazy. I wonder who they were expecting. They just, you know, it was a random person. You got another knock. Okay, with the little kind of dance thing right there. Nice. That's a book. That's how it connects. Okay. The characters in that in the book. And I was like wondering. I was like, the sound is like the, you know, the similar thing, but I don't know if it's, you know. Oh, it's snowing outside. Okay, she just did, you know, pose. Going on the steps. And that's like a similar dance that she did with the bunny thing, right? Okay. Yeah, bro. Like literally, bro. Every time. Yeah, her voice is perfect for like the start of this kind of just soft sound for the bridge, bro. Keep going to that. I like how her voice kind of echoes right there as well. I like the sound of the guitar going. Nice melody right there. I like that layer vocals in as well. Okay. Like them just playing outside right there. That's a nice kind of element. Right. Nice, her holding that out in the back right there. Interesting kind of filter on the voice right there as well. That sound. Oh, the door's closing. Oh. The time is turning back. Yeah, I love the sound that's right. That's for that kind of vocal going. And I'm kind of repeating that kind of main melody right there. I'm knocking on my door. They just got locked out. Okay. And then it turns into so this was like a prequel. Okay, I like how they did that. That was nice right there. Okay, so this was like a prequel. So they were like, you know, just, you know, girls just having a sleepover party or whatever during, you know, wintertime or whatever. I like how, you know, how they did that as well, because I was wondering how it connected as well, because of the fact that they had, you know, kind of seen the book of the characters, but of course it was like wintertime. So it was like, so I'm like, did they see it after all the characters or whatever? Because they were the characters themselves. So I was wondering how that worked. But then of course the scene of the time going back, that would explain, you know, it being wintertime around, you know, most likely like Christmas time or whatever. Time goes back and then they get transported. I don't know if they get transported into the book, or did they just turn into the book characters inside the house specifically? I'm not entirely sure. But then, of course, the whole thing with the kids, and then they show up for the, the Halloween thing or whatever, and then they become the characters. Yeah, very interesting for that. I like how they did that. I like, the whole kind of look of this scene with them just playing outside, snowball fight or whatever. That's a little fun thing. There was another scene that I was liking as well, that I think they were doing like the pillows, whatever, just hitting each other with like the pillows, just having fun doing that as well. I love the whole kind of youthful energy I'm getting from all these, music videos. Of course, they were young. So of course, you have that youthful energy, but I love that they're just kind of accentuating that with all this. And I feel like Twice does a good job again with being able to put that energy out with the way they're, having fun and, looking in these music videos and stuff like that. I think it was very interesting how they did these scenes as well, where they're like, in these sections right there. I like how they, filmed this, just how the movements are going, right? And how they cut through, different kind of scenes right there. It was very interesting. So very nice music video for this one as well. Very entertaining. With the song, right? I do like this one a little less than the other ones, right? But still very nice sounding, 100%. I feel like this isn't a song I would, go and find and put on to listen to, but it's something I can definitely vibe with if it came on, right? It has a very nice kind of catchy hook right here. It has a couple catchy parts as well, but that main kind of thing, like that no knock on my door, like that whole thing is very catchy right there. I love the sound of the bridge right there. That soft section, really love that as well. And then how they did that entire last section as well with the the ad libs going on the back, the repetition of the main kind of thing going on, and the other things, how they they did the layered kind of just overall sound with that was very nice. Definitely really entertaining, I would say, 100%. Now we have one more we're gonna do for today, and that one is called Signal. Yeah, what's going on? You in the field? And he's just dancing in the middle of it. What's going on? That hairstyle? Wow. Look at Junghyun's hair right here. Wow. I feel like they always have like interesting, like even Dahyun's hair right there. Always have interesting looking things right there. Jaehyung's hair right there. Even like the outfits as well. Like, yeah, bro, just like the styling, yeah, bro. This, like, they look I feel like this is the type of like outfits that you would see like in like I don't know what decade, but it's given like an older decade. I feel like you would see these type of looks at like 70s, 80s, something like that. I don't know. That's very interesting. Are we getting the alien concept? Got like a little kind of crop circle thing right there, and they just passed out. Signal. It's looking like an alien type concept, right? And now they're in like a school thing. Oh yeah, it is an alien. But the alien is a school. Remember? That's very interesting. The lower shit, the vocal on that. Okay, repetition of that. Rise the sound with that. Ooh, okay. Okay, she has super speed. They got like powers or something like that. What power is that? That's interesting. Very interesting delivery of the lines right there. You have like the lower kind of delivery of that, how they're saying that, and then you have like the main kind of thing that's saying. I was going with the beat as well, and there's a lot of reverb on that as well. That's interesting. Okay. I like it. They're doing the effects on that. They should make herself pass out there. Like the melody right there. Ooh, okay, that was nice. That sound right there. Ooh, okay, I like how she sounds right here. Yeah, I love that melody. Y'all like how Chaeyoung songs right here? And I love the sound of, you know, synths kind of coming right here. It's nice. Okay. Okay. Some of that was a guitar right there. Nice. Like the harmony on this line right here. Does she even have a superpower? Her power is just the little thing from Men in Black. I forgot what they call it. It makes you, like, you know, forget things. Ooh, I'm really loving this melody. Now the harmony on that, the longer harmony on that is very nice. Is she a super strength? Okay. It's just like launched him. And she can go invisible. Well, kind of like translucent, not fully invisible, right? She can duplicate herself. I like all the different power things. I love that concept right there. It's a really interesting area as well. I love how they're doing that. The look at the, you know, background in that, the colors, everything. That's a very catchy part right there. You know, this, you know, whole kind of thing right there. How they did that, how they repeat that. Ooh, I love how she sounds right here. The melodies on his verses are so nice. Getting stop time. And again, I really love the sound of the synths on this part. Yeah, I'm confused about what Mina's power is. You guys are gonna have to tell me. Like, what is that? I'm like, is she like control like the force of, like, I don't know, that, like, the area? Like, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to search that up or something like that. Yeah, I love this part as well. I'm getting the harmonies on this line. Okay, I get to doing that. And they're like repeating, like, you know, the same kind of movement in the back right there, and then Lion's just doing different things there. Ooh. Okay, little break right there. They're just following this dude in this forest, this alien dude. Okay. Yeah, they're doing these effects really nice. It was this cabin or whatever. They followed him home. What the heck? Yeah, I love this chorus as well. It's so nice song. And I love her voice sounds on this melody. Overall, like, vocals on this, right? I like that choreo right there. How you do that? You all with that? That's nice. I like that as well. Yeah, this chorus is amazing. I love it. Okay. Love the chorus part. Go with that same melody right there. Very groove with the beat as well. Yeah, this part is such an interesting sound right here. Okay, another spaceship going right here. Oh, they were aliens the entire time. Okay. So I wonder why they took like a human form or whatever. Yeah, the look of that. Who is that? The smile on Chaeyoung's alien is creepy, bro. What the frick? Yeah, the way they did that is hilarious. Oh my gosh, that looks crazy. Legit. Okay. Yeah, this was very entertaining as well. I like this one. This one is definitely my favorite as well. Not only, you know, with the music video and the concept, but also the song. I really love this song a lot. The melody of that main hook is so nice. The way they sing that, the harmony on the line as well, that lower harmony is so nice. I love how everything is produced on that as well. Very nice overall sound, right? Not too much going on with the song, I feel like, in terms of production, not too much. But you know, still very nice filled out sound. Of course, you know, it's been the thing for all of these songs so far. I love the groove of that beat so much, 100%. I just feel like, you know, the vibe of this song, you know, the overall sound of everything with the melodies and how they did everything is definitely more my vibe. I love, you know, how they did this one overall, especially on the, you know, more melodic parts, right? I like the little kind of section that they did had where it's like a, you know, talk rap section as well, but not as much as the melodic parts as well. But it, you know, it's still a nice kind of section right there, the kind of, you know, repetition of that main, you know, that sign, what were they saying or something like that, the trying to let you know, that whole thing. And then yeah, this thing right here. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what they're saying in Korean right there, but you know, this line right here, you know, I like the repetition of that as well. Very interesting how they did that. Very interesting how they, you know, did like the lower shift vocal on that as well, kind of adding more to that line. But yeah, just mainly like the, you know, melodic parts. I was loving how they were sounding on these verses. Pre-chorus as well, nice kind of build up going into that chorus as well, and of course the chorus, very nice how they sound on that. Love their vocal tones and everything as well, and how they did that. I noticed a lot with the, you know, their older songs here, that they often have like the same parts. They don't switch off too much when it comes to like, you know, the different parts in the song, right? And I think that's very interesting, right? Because, you know, usually, you know, you would have like a member sing a part and then it would change for like the second thing, and they would maybe go, you know, interchangeable on certain things. But, you know, for these songs so far, they just kind of had like the same parts that they repeat. I like that though, right? I feel like their voices definitely fit with the melodies that they are singing, right? So, you know, I think they do a really good job for that, especially on this song specifically, especially, you know, coming in to the chorus with Sui, her vocal tone, I really like a lot. You know, how she sounds on that chorus, you know, starting that, it's really nice. Just really love the sound of this song. And of course, with the music video, I feel like it's definitely my favorite concept because, you know, I think I've said this before, but I'm really big into like the kind of super power concept thing. Like, I love just seeing like different superpowers, and I think the way they did it in this one was very entertaining. All the different powers that they had, I like how they did that. I like how they did it with the effects. Of course, I think my favorite superpower that they had is probably the super speed one with Momo. I love how they did that, like the way they did that, and then like how the air would move like her hair when she did that. And super speed is like one of my favorite kind of powers just in general. Like, you know, when it comes to like, you know, media and like superhero stuff, I always like the characters with the super speed. So like the Flash and, you know, Quicksilver and all that. And just how they make it look in film is very nice. And I think they did the same thing here with making it look very nice in film right here. I think they did the effects for all these powers very nice and very entertaining, like I said. So yeah, like I said, I'm not entirely sure what Mina's is, and I don't know if I know what Jihyo's is as well. I think she has like an analyzing thing or whatever. Like it like went into her eye. Like, does she like analyze things or something like that? Like, it seemed like something like that. I don't think Nayeon had a power at all. She just had the little kind of thing from X-Men that kind of makes you forget. But I think the way they did that was interesting as well. I think that's also one of the more entertaining kind of sections for this music video as well. Just the whole thing with like, you know, time turning back and then her doing like something different each time. I love how they did the second time on the second pre-chorus, how it was like, you know, them kind of just repeating the same things in the back or whatever, and then her like hitting and doing like different things right there. And I think they do a great job as well in the back, kind of doing like the, you know, the same kind of thing, repeating that or like doing different things. I love how they did that section as well. So yeah, very entertaining for this entire thing. And I love, you know, just all the different colors, of course, like the look of this section right here. That was pretty cool. So yeah, definitely my favorite out of the ones that we checked out today. But yeah, 100%, that is going to be the end of my reaction for today. Like I said, I will be continuing on doing this and checking out more music videos and songs by them. They're more earlier things. I'm definitely having a lot of fun doing this, 100%. I think their energy and the kind of feel of these songs, you know, they do really good with, and, you know, just capturing that whole youthful kind of thing going on. I think these songs are really nicely done when it comes to the sound of, like, you know, the melodies and everything and how that's going, and even like the production. Like I said, I think, you know, Twice really has a nice production team. Just overall, I think they do great with making these songs feel very filled out and just fun to listen to, You know, everything has a lot of nice depth into them and stuff like that. A lot of them have very, very catchy moments. I can remember the choruses of each one of these songs. Like, none of them are forgettable, you know, so that's a great thing, at least for me. I feel like, and especially for a title track, you know, releasing this as a title track for your album or whatever, having something that, you know, can get stuck in someone's head. So I love that 100%. I'm definitely gonna be continuing doing these. Like I said, I think my favorites for today are definitely Signal and TT, right? So I'm excited to see what other songs, what other title tracks I'm gonna like by them. Stay tuned for my reaction. I think I'm also gonna be checking out, you know, performances for these songs as well, to see like the full choreo or dance practices or whatever they might have released for that. Definitely would like to see that. Tell me what you guys thought about these songs down below. Would you like, would you not like? Tell me what your favorite one out of the 5 that we checked out today was. Definitely would like to hear your opinion. But yeah, 100%. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to these. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.